one code explanation. I started the game one on the basis of given code by following the task instruction. The first step of the instruction was asking us to relocate the ship to the center of the screen. So I went to the player.cpp file to find these parts of code. Used screen width minus sprite width divided by 2, and screen height minus sprite height divided by 2 to locate the ship in the middle of the screen. And the second step was asking to connect the number 1, 2, 3 key with each player ship. Then I went to the handle input, this part. Actually, 2 of those had been given. Number 1 key and number 3 key had been given. So I just copied this formula and changed the number and connected the number 2 key with this player. The third step asked us to create 2 files. So I create 2 files. One is powerup.cpp and one is powerup.h file. And then included the header guard in the powerup.h file and create the enum to represent different kinds of power up. And then I created a function to convert the power up enum values to an image. I create bmap power up bmap function by using switch case to connect each power up with this photo. Next was asking to create a struct in the header file to include the power up, the kind of power up and the surprise. So I went back to the powerup.h file to create this struct with 2 fields. One is power up surprise and the kind field. Then it was asking to initialize the power up with 3 functions. One is new power up, and one is draw power up and update power up. I implement these 3 functions in the powerup.cpp file by using the given functions. This function to randomly pick up the power up kind, and this function to match the kind with its photo. And then used this function to create this surprise, and this function to set the initial value, and this given function to set the initial velocity. And then I call this two functions to draw and update power up. Next is it was asking to include the new power up header. So I included the new power up header by using the hash include in the program.cpp file. And then use this function to initialize the new power up. Initialize a new power up with the fixed position and call these two functions update player and updates power up in the while loop to run it continuously. And the step 4 was all about the heart. According to the instruction, I draw the shape of the heart, fill rectangle, and draw text to display score and location, and used these two functions, toString and point2string, to convert the number and position to strings, and then used fill rectangle to draw the minimap, and then when it came to the fill gauge, is a bit of complicated because I had to add the field in the player struct. So firstly, I created a new field in the player data struct, and then next I need to give the initial value 0.75. And after that, I need to draw the two bitmaps. One is empty, one is full. By using option to part bitmap, multiply with the initial value to show the fill level can change dynamically. That's all the requirements on the task sheet. And also at the end of the task sheet, it asked us to add two features to the program 1. So I just copied the fill. I just copy the fill gauge to add experience and level. So firstly, to add these two new features, I need to add these two fields in the struct, and then the same as fill gauge, I need to assign the initial values to these two fields, and then it came to the main function it was basically same as the fuel gauge. Yeah, this is the end of my explanation.